Welcome to the Psychedelic Integration Podcast. I'm Sinclair Fleetwood, a ceremonialist, plant medicine guide, and psychedelic integration coach, and I help soul seekers create lasting transformation so you can get unstuck, embody your power, and be authentic AF, all with plant medicine as your guide. If you're ready to go beyond visuals and get a vision for your life, if you know the end of your ceremony is just the beginning of your expansion, then this show is for you. I'm so happy that you're here. Welcome. Hello, family. Welcome to the show. I'm Sinclair. Thanks for being here. I want to remind you, Resonance is 1 month from today, September 12th to 15th. Resonance Retreat. If you have been like, oh, that sounds so awesome. That sounds so cool. I want to go. What are you waiting for? So we just had a cancellation. We have 1 spot left in a shared room. We still have lots of camping spots left, and we're gathering together as a family. The integration happens while you're in the experience. It is so magical. It is so life-changing. We have so many people who come to multiple retreats with us because they are loving it so much. I'm going to do the math on this. I don't know how many percentage of repeat frequent flyers that we have, but it's a lot because it really is a family experience. We want to invite you into the community. We want you to come, let go of what's not serving you, call in what you want, take that juice all the way back into your home, into your job, into your life, into your heart. And how do you get on the spaceship? Well, you book a call with me. Go to my website, sinclairfleetwood.com/events. Click on book a call. We also have 2 partial scholarships available. If you are financially challenged, we have a Healing Tiger community fund that we fundraise for this year. So we have 2 partial scholarship spots, and the application is available on my website as well. So you can go look on the events page. Everything you need is there. If you have questions, you can DM me on Instagram at Sinclair Fleetwood, or you can send me an email at hello@sinclairfleetwood.com. One of the most common questions I get from potential clients and clients is, help. How do I know which medicine is right for me? I'm feeling called to one, but I am not sure if it's right. And so today I want to kind of demystify the big 3, ayahuasca, psilocybin, and San Pedro. I have such reverence and love for these medicines, all of them, each one so different, so beautiful, so powerful. So we're going to dig into each one. And really, this episode is not to give you the biological and scientific and research understandings of these plants. If you want to find that information, it is readily available online all over the place. You can learn about the clinical trials. You can learn about the science. You can learn about the biology. You can do this research. I recommend that you do it. It's important. And you can learn about all kinds of other aspects of working with each one of them. You can read trip reports. I don't recommend doing this. And the reason why is when you're like reading about other people's experiences, it's sort of like going to Yelp. You know, you're like, oh, I'm going to go to Yelp and see what random strangers think about ayahuasca. And sometimes what happens when you are watching trip reports and like, oh, ayahuasca showed me this and she took me to my past life in ancient Egypt and this happened and this happened. And then you have an experience and it's completely different, which it will be because you are, yes, indeed, a unique snowflake and you will have a different experience. So while I think it can be helpful, and I certainly did this when I was researching ayahuasca in particular, I was like, how do I know what these medicines do? And like, can I handle this? You know, so there is some of that needs to happen. So with awareness and like presence, go and look at some experiences, particularly from the place that you want to go sit. So like if you're going to go to a retreat center, you should watch the reviews from that and like experiences that people have had so you can know, okay, how is this going to be? Beyond that, a lot of what people do is they kind of look for like a perfect experience that matches what they want. And then they're like, okay, that's possible. I'm going to get that experience. And then when they don't get that experience, because you can't get someone else's experience, you can only get your experience. They're like, this is disappointing. This isn't working for me. I'm upset. This medicine doesn't work. So we want to avoid all that. So be careful about the trip reports. There's also a lot of misinformation, and there's a lot of information about psychedelics, period. And a lot of it is coming out of kind of Western medicine and clinical mindset and coming from a lot of people who are working with medicines in a different way, who are not necessarily using plant medicine and building a relationship with plant medicine on a spiritual quest to expand your soul mission and consciousness, right? So like that's what we're doing. So just keep that in mind when you're looking at these resources. Number one, you have to do your research. You need to know what kind of constitution you have. Like, can you handle this experience? Do you have the endurance for it? And yes, endurance is the word, because there's a lot that goes into these experiences, particularly ceremonial retreats, right? You need to know if it's a good match. Are you on some medication that's not a good fit? Medical guidelines, all of these things. So that is part of your responsibility as a person who is coming into this path, right? And so what I'm here to offer today, and in general, is a deeper, more spiritual perspective. I want to help you understand the vibration of these medicines. How do they work in your heart? How do they work in your body? How do they work in your mind? What do they do? While also respecting the scientific and biological understandings. And just because you're into spirit and you want to connect and expand your consciousness and you're like on a spirit quest does not mean you're anti-science. Those two things are not opposites. They're actually partners. Like, science is the language of spirit. It's how humans understand spirit. So I highly recommend. I talk about this more inside of my coaching containers, inside of my curriculum, with my one-on-one clients in my Nest group. Nest is my group integration membership. There's a whole module about holistic preparation, and we talk about how to choose your own adventure, how to choose your own experience. Do you want to retreat? Do you want to solo? It's like all the steps are in there. If you're wanting a more detailed step-by-step process to follow, I got you. Come join Nest. You can go to my website, sinclairfleetwood.com/Nest. That's how you find out about Nest. Also, another place to look is Third Wave. So if you want to do good, solid, trustworthy research about the biology and the chemical compounds and like the facts, thirdwave.com. So there's a lot to unpack when you're deciding, okay, which is the right medicine for me? And I want to feminize it a little bit. I want to invite you into your intuition, into your inner knowing, into kind of turning your awareness inward and starting to pay attention to what's going on inside of you and what's calling you. And I talk about this a lot, answering the call, being called to the medicine path. This is a very common experience for people, as I believe these medicines are calling us. They are ancient teachers that are calling us to reconnect to our true purpose. They're inviting you to come home to yourself, and they want you to be free. They want you to be liberated. They will show you everything that is in the way, that is not allowing that. And they will give you insights. They can heal trauma. They can heal your physical body. They can take you into the highest highs and the lowest lows and everything in between. They can enable you to rise into a higher understanding of yourself, into a higher vibration, a higher consciousness, more love, more gratitude, more patience, more understanding, less judgment, right? More allowing. And they really empower you to change your mind. Like, not just change your mind as in, I used to believe this and now I believe this, although that is a very powerful thing that they do. They break our limiting beliefs in half and invite us to create new ones. But they also change your life through whatever the felt experience is that you have when you sit with them. So it doesn't necessarily mean that you have this big experience of seeing God and then you change, which is what a lot of people think that they need to have to change. They think, I need to have this, ego blasting experience with this medicine, and that's how I'm going to change. And I'm going to get out of the cage of my ego. And then I'm going to feel what it feels like to feel unconditional love. I'm going to feel connected to everything, the oneness that everyone talks about, and you might not need it like that. Like, some people don't need to get blasted out of the human body, of the human ego, of the human experience. Some of us can receive everything we need much softer, right here where we are. You don't necessarily need to have an ego death. You can get everything you need, even on small doses, even with small, very gentle doses of medicine. Every medicine has the seed of change inside of it in just one drop. And so you have to remember that these medicines don't work like Western medicine, right? It's not a magic bullet. It's not like take a pill and then everything is better. That's sort of how we stop feeling symptoms, but that's not how we evolve. That's not how we grow into the most powerful, abundant, beautiful, happy, joyful, embodied, huge capacity people that we have the ability to be. When you're considering, like, which medicine should I sit with, that's just one of the questions. Where should I sit with it? How should I sit with it? Is this like something I want to work with on my own? Do I want to go to a retreat center? Do I know a facilitator? Do I need a guide? Do I need a sitter? There's so many things to think about when you're working with these medicines. This can feel overwhelming. It can feel challenging. It's like, this is why psychedelic integration coaches exist, like me. I am here to guide you to figure this stuff out, and it's going to be a unique solution just for you, because you are a unique person with unique and special needs. So there's not a cookie cutter way to tell you, here's exactly what you should do. That's why you end up having a lot of people coming into these medicines and just sort of willy-nilly taking them, and it's not doing what they want, because they're not really sitting down and understanding the full spectrum of what does it mean to get prepared to sit with these medicines? What does it mean to build a lasting partnership between myself and a plant medicine? What is your belief system around these plants? Are you just looking at them as like, oh, this is just like a plant and I just take it and drink it and whatever, and it does something to me? Or do you believe that it's a spirit and it's alive and it comes inside of your body and co-creates healing with you? Those are very different expectations, right? Part of how you're going to receive this is, what do you believe about these medicines? What do you want to believe about these medicines? Maybe you want to believe that they have a spirit, but you're like, that sounds crazy. It probably sounds crazy. It sounded crazy to me too, until I experienced it and I lived it, and I know that it's true. If you want to do this path, the medicine path, the healing path, the growth path, whatever path that you're on, that these plants are coming into, they're meeting you to walk with you, right? If you want to do this well in your life, you want it to resonate in your heart, you want to feel good in your body, you want your relationships to benefit, you want your relationship with yourself to benefit, come into this work from a place of humbleness, from preparedness, and knowledge that these medicines are your allies, that they are here to support and help you so that you can receive the gifts and expansion that are trying to find you, that are seeking you, right? Because these plants are ancient wisdom keepers that are here to support the human race. They are trying to help us. They're trying to save us. They're trying to save themselves. I like to think of them as like agents of Mother Earth. She's sending her people. She's like, oh my God, these monkeys, can you please go help them? Like, tell them to eat you. They've lost the way. They have lost the plot. When you think of these medicines like living spirits, sentient beings that have given their lives so that you can have an experience with them, they're essentially choosing to die so we can ingest them, and they come alive inside of us, right? And we metabolize them, and then they become part of us. That's how I like to think about it. And you're having an experience with the plant coming inside of you, but the plant is also having an experience inside of you. The plant's consciousness is growing and expanding. The vibration of it, every time someone ingests it, it has a new bloom and a new expansion, because when it is activated by the human brain and the human nervous system and the human body, it gets to be something new, right? And I just love thinking about it like that, because it's like, wow, this is like actually magic. These plants are magic. I have goosebumps right now. Like, I get so excited about this, you guys. It's so exciting. They are alive. They are spirits. They're beings. They're like plant people, right? Grandmother Ayahuasca, grandfather San Pedro, Psilocybin, the sainted children. They're little tricksters, those ones. You can speak to them. You can ask them for support. You can ask them for help. You can bring prayer into the mix. You can bring manifestation, intention. You can bring the element of spirituality and magic into everything that you're doing as you're working with these plants. And when you put intention and you ask them as a friend, as a partner, as a companion, can you help me? It's important for you to have these intentions in this way of being with them, so that you're not just ingesting something and like, okay, well, we'll see what happens. It's not like that. We are in charge. You can tell the medicine what to do and it will help. So we're going to start with sweet grandmother ayahuasca. And if you want to do a little deeper dive into learning more about ayahuasca, you can go into episode 13 of the show, which is my very first interview with Carlos Tanner of the Ayahuasca Foundation. I have so much gratitude and respect and love and reverence and healthy fear of this medicine. Ayahuasca is not to be trifled with. And I call her she because this medicine has the spirit of the grandmother. It's a very feminine medicine. It's the medicine of descent. Oftentimes she'll be represented by a serpent. She's got snaky jungle energy. She's from the Amazon. She comes from the Amazon. She's a vine. And these vines are harvested and then mixed with chacruna leaves. And chacruna is where the DMT comes from. And that's where you get all of the visuals and, the visionary experience of ayahuasca. Ayahuasca, the vine itself, is an MAOI. So it enables the body to metabolize DMT in the chacruna much slower. So that's why the experience can last, 4 to 6 hours, because of how our body is able to metabolize the molecules is really it. She gives you a very strong sensations in the body, which can feel many different ways. Sometimes she feels overwhelming, and that feeling when you feel like you have the flu or something. I know this is a terrible example, but that's kind of how it feels. It's where, you're kind of warm and you like when you get a fever, you feel like your body feels really warm and then you kind of get really cold. And all of this can happen in, over the span of like minutes or hours. There's no real way to explain how she works. It's like you can say, okay, it takes about 45 minutes for her to come on and then this happens. But none of that is actually, it's just sort of an estimated guess based on nothing. Because I personally, every time I sit with ayahuasca, I will drink it and I feel it within 5 minutes. And I will have entire journeys have gone out into whatever, cosmic dimension and come back before they even start singing, is how it works in me. My body metabolizes it very quickly and it hits me very quickly. And I think that's because I've become quite sensitive to moving into the across the veil spaces, which is easy to do. After you have been working with these medicines for a while, you start to learn how to just go right in. It's easy. Everything opens. There's no resistance. And that's often not how it is at the beginning. So ayahuasca is the feminine. She's the medicine of descent. She is the stern and strong grandmother who will take you into whatever is holding you back. And that's really something that all three of these medicines have in common. They all show you what's in the way. They all take you into the parts that have been unseen, unheard, that have been hiding, that have not been able to be named, that have not been able to be witnessed, that need love, that need help. It could be trapped emotions. It could be trauma. There's really no end to what these medicines can show you. So the ayahuasca experience is 100% something that should be done in a ceremonial container by trusted facilitators with lots of experience. This is not a medicine that you want to mess around with in an apartment with someone that just bought it off the internet. Please don't do that. I implore you. If you feel called to ayahuasca, then it will require some investment from you of time, energy, and money, because you're going to need to make preparation. She requires some strictness, which means if you are going to sit with her, you need to take really good care of your diet, what you're consuming. There's a preparation period that is important, especially for her. You want to meet the medicines in as clear of a vibration and clear body as possible. This is especially important with ayahuasca because it is a purgative medicine. So part of how she works is she cleans. She's a cleaner. They all do this, but she likes to clean by making you vomit. She likes to clean by going into your whatever is being stored deep into your tissues and your cells and pulling it out and having that come out of you physically, right? And so some of the other medicines do this too. It's all possible to purge on all these different medicines, but ayahuasca is sort of known for her purgative qualities. So that's something to keep in mind. If you're a person who's terrified of throwing up, you don't like being nauseous, you're afraid, of bodily functions and hearing other people's bodily functions, going to an ayahuasca retreat in South America might be a challenge for you. That's fine. These are good things to know. It's important to know what your edge is and are you willing to go up to it and over it, because these medicines will push you over the edge. That's what they do, especially if you go out of your comfort zone into another country, into another place, and trust like I'm going and I'm going to go do this experience and it might be really challenging for me in lots of different ways. You will have to give up control over lots of different things. I say it like that, but really, as I look back on it and like how many times have I done this, like many, now I just think of it as like what a gift. I just get to let go and see what happens, because I know, because I've done so many retreats with Aya and San Pedro together, and mushrooms and San Pedro together. Whatever happens is what's meant to happen. And whatever it is that I think that I can't do, the medicine will show me otherwise. I have never come into an experience where I had to do something really hard and really challenging, which ayahuasca has taken me into some really challenging times. You have to trust that whatever is calling you, once you find the right place, the right facilitator, the medicine that you want to sit with, and you make the decision, you have to let go and you have to trust. You're gonna buy the ticket and you're gonna take the ride. And that's how ayahuasca works. There's no way to make it stop, and as you're learning how it moves, there is just no way to know how to work with it until you do it. And the best thing that ayahuasca will teach you is surrender. She will teach you surrender. She will teach you so much beauty about yourself. She will teach you gratitude. She will teach you how to receive. And one of my favorite stories that I love to tell about this medicine, and this happened 5 years after I'd started working with it. I was at Hayulima in a retreat, and I had been having a really serious, hard, difficult challenge with chronic pain in my body. And I've talked about this on different episodes as well. The chronic pain had gotten really bad. COVID was happening. It was like right after COVID. And I had kind of lost my connection to the medicine, and I had forgotten that I could like go and ask these medicines for help. And I finally was able to save up enough money to go back down to Ecuador and have a retreat. And my entire purpose and intention of this retreat was like, please heal my body, like help me heal my body. And my last ayahuasca ceremony of that retreat, that's all I said to her as my intention. I was like, please help me heal my body. And all of my pain in that time had been on my left side, which is the feminine side, right? It's the receiving side. And in that ceremony, I can tell you, I took the tiniest thimble. It was such a small amount. I was like, oh, great. That medicine came into my body, and the entire left side of my body felt activated, warm. It felt amazing. It felt good, and I could feel that she was just working on my body. The right side of my body felt completely normal, like sober, crazy spirit dimension. And even like the left side of my face was drooping because she was like working cellularly on my face. It feels like there's a snake in your body. Like she's moving in you and you can feel her, and she might let you know something. I've had her make my brain shake before. She does all kinds of like crazy stuff that feels crazy in your body, right? But this particular journey, it was like that was the moment when I said, go in to heal my body. I didn't say the left side of my body, I've been having all this pain. I didn't explain anything to her. I just simply asked for physical healing. And she knew exactly where to go and exactly what to do. And she worked on me for hours. That one little bit lasted like 6 hours or longer. I kept thinking like, okay, I'm starting to come out of it. And I would like come out and I'm like, nope. And or I would have a tobacco or something, and then it would just be like, here she comes, she's back. That's something to pay attention to. Ayahuasca will definitely be activated by tobacco. And if you go to South America, there's just a lot of tobacco in medicine spaces. And sometimes, we smoke tobaccos, and it's just something to know that tobacco is a strong, powerful medicine, and it interacts with the other medicines, right? I felt called to ayahuasca personally because I wanted to heal my addiction, and I wanted to do it in a ceremonial container. I wanted it to be a big deal. I wanted to go experience something I had never felt before. I needed help, and I was coming with like on bended knee, like, please, I need to stay sober. I had been sober for 6 months, and I was like, what can I do to hold on to this? My first retreat with ayahuasca and San Pedro, because I chose both of them together because I knew that I wanted to have also the experience with San Pedro, which I'm going to talk about next. And the alchemy of the masculine and feminine energies of these medicines completely transformed my life in just 12 days. Completely. I have not been the same ever since. And it can be like that. You can go to a retreat and it can change you forever. Ayahuasca is really for people who are ready to go deep, who are willing and able to offer time in preparation, to be willing to integrate afterwards, because ayahuasca and San Pedro, they all need integration. There's really none of them. Like, there's no difference in one medicine or the other how much integration you need. Like, you need integration, period. And if you don't believe that, if you're like, well, I'm just gonna, like, I only have enough money to go to this retreat and I'm not gonna get any support and I'm just gonna figure it out and watch YouTube videos, don't do it like that. Because if you're putting money towards a retreat and you're not taking care of yourself afterwards, you might as well flush your money down the toilet, because it won't last. And that's the thing, is these medicines are not a cure-all. You can have huge transformative experiences with them, and that experience will last the rest of your life if you understand how to create a container to hold it. If you just go and you're just throwing darts at a wall, like hoping something will stick, maybe I'll try ayahuasca. And lots of people do it like that. It's like, if you do it like that, it's fine. You might have a peak experience and that might be all it is. If you want to do cellular, ancestral, deep, deep healing, are you called to the spirit of the grandmother? Are you called to the feminine, the dark mystery of the feminine? Are you wanting to open and willing to look at the shadow? Are you willing to go on the journey that she wants to take you on? And are you willing to trust her and let her be your guide? And are you willing to be open to looking at all of the wounding that you have? I mean, these are questions to ask for all of the medicines, but I think ayahuasca in particular is really doing a lot of ancestral healing. She's doing a lot of masculine, feminine wounding healing. I think she is here to help us learn about our relationship to the earth. If you want to come back into spiritual connection, this medicine is so powerful. She will show you a new way of being, and she will also tear apart your belief system. And if you are not ready for that, Godspeed and good luck. I have received so much deep and powerful healing from ayahuasca that continues to unfold and unravel. I continue to get messages from her years later from ceremonies. I mean, this happens to me all the time, where I remember a journey from 5 or 7 years ago or something. She's like, oh yeah, I remember this. This is how you understand this now. And I'm just like astounded. She will be with you for the rest of your life. She's an amazing medicine. The grandmother energy is so beautiful. So thank you, family, for going on this beautiful exploration into the vibration of our grandmother ayahuasca. Such a beautiful medicine. There's so much more to say, but I hope this little episode gave you some insight, maybe some inspiration, some things to think about, to see, is this the right medicine for me? How do I know which of the plant medicines is right for me? And I'm going to continue this series with San Pedro and our friends Magic Mushrooms in coming weeks. So look out for those episodes. And if you're looking for guidance on your journey, the preparation steps, the integration steps, the navigation steps. How do I do this path? What do I do? How do I keep it going? How do I take what I receive from these medicines and bring it into my life and make it come alive in my life and make changes and get out of my own way and stop self-sabotaging and find the path of wholeness and allowing my wellness? I have got you. I offer one-on-one coaching. You can come into Nest, my group membership program. We meet every Wednesday night at 7 p.m. Eastern. Those are 2 fabulous offerings I have. And if you don't know what's right for you, book a call with me. We can chat about it. I offer free discovery calls. So if you want to have a chat, we get to know each other a little bit, see how the energy moves. Please go to my website, click on work with me, sinclairfleetwood.com, and you can see all the different options where we can work together. I am so grateful to be here with you, family. Thanks for your time and energy, and I will see you next time.